When you read a story, do you ever stop to ask whose eyes you're seeing through? It's a crucial question because narrative perspective isn't just a window onto the story, it's the architect. It designs what you're allowed to know, how you feel, and ultimately what you believe is true. Think of a first-person narrator, the I of the story. You're trapped in their head, sharing their limited, subjective reality, like in The Handmaid's Tale. Contrast that with a godlike third-person narrator who sees into everyone's mind, revealing a complex social web that no single character could grasp. Each choice creates a different kind of knowledge. This gets really interesting when we compare texts. Take The Great Gatsby and The Talented Mr. Ripley. In Gatsby, we see the mysterious millionaire through Nick's admiring, outside perspective. We can't know Gatsby's thoughts, which creates romance and intrigue. But in Ripley, we are stuck inside the mind of the psychopath Tom. We get full, horrifying access to his disturbing thoughts. There's no room for idealization. We become complicit. The comparison shows that narrative distance determines morality. We can admire what we don't fully know, but total knowledge can be terrifying. This power extends beyond fiction. The same historical event, like colonization, becomes a completely different story depending on whether it's told from the colonizer's perspective or, like in Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart, from the perspective of the colonized, whose truth gets told. So the next time you open a book, don't just ask what the story is about. Ask how it's being told. Because the author's choice of perspective isn't a neutral detail. It's an argument. It's a deliberate act that shapes what is known, what is hidden, and what is true. Perspective doesn't just report the truth, it creates it.